Hello, everybody. Getting back into the swing of things. My name is Ari Gonzalez, aka Nadia Sabe, and today we're going to dive straight into episode 26 of Run It Back, my music industry news podcast. And with that being said, I'm just going to go straight into it, making sure that I try to keep things as concise as possible while also giving you guys my 2 cents and trying to break things down just a little bit. So, first thing, as per usual, that we're always going to go over is new music. So, as per usual, all of the links to the music that I talk about are going to be in my bio for you guys on Instagram and in the link in my description for you guys on YouTube. So, to get it started, we have a song called Just How It Is by Fatboy J. This is a trap song. Very nice use of build-up. There's great mixing on this. And this is a music video specifically. There were great visuals, like the quality of everything was great, and the editing was very fitting for just the song and the energy in general. There was good variation within both the production and the melody and the lyrics that you were doing. It was a very honest song, which I always appreciate. And the hook is not very memorable in terms of the words that you use. I guess the best way to explain it is like there are hooks that you remember as soon the first time you listen to it, right after you listen to the song. This is a hook that you're going to remember after maybe 4 or 5 times listening closely, but overall it has a nice groove. It's a good hook. It's just not super catchy and memorable. The next song that we have is called She Said by Short Life. The visuals with this were amazing, and I was immediately interested when I saw everything in terms of creative direction, quality in general, the color scheme that was going on, the storyline, everything with this was great. The intro was also great. It was very attention grabbing, and I assume that was the point of it. The intro and hook heavily contrast, or the intro and look heavily contrast the indie bedroom pop sound. So very indie bedroom pop sound with someone that you would expect to be like a SoundCloud rapper, which I appreciate having that contrast. It makes things way more interesting than they already were. There was a lot of great transitions in this. One of the ones that stuck out to me was when it transitioned into the set with a white room. And the transition to rap is crazy because, like I was saying, you look like a SoundCloud rapper, but the first minute and a half of the song is straight bedroom indie pop. Then you start rapping a little bit, and then you start rapping in Spanish and singing in Spanish. I was caught off guard so many times by this in such a great way, and I was just locked in the whole time. I loved it. And on top of that, great use of variation, not only in the visuals, but in the audio aspects. And personally, I was kept engaged the whole time, and I think that most people who watch this video would be kept engaged the whole time. The next song that we have is called Do You Remember by Corbin Dooley. This is a slower tempo folk kind of song. He has a very gritty and low voice, a bit of a repetitive melody, but there's a lot of nice buildup and variation in terms of the production. I love how airy your head voice is in contrast to the rest of the song. There are certain points where you go up higher in your range, and it just adds something so nice compared to the grit that you have that we talked about earlier. And other than that, the bridge needs to happen a little bit sooner to increase the engagement because, like I said, the melody begins to get a little bit repetitive, but that bridge woke me right up. So I would say put that a little bit early in their song just to do that a little bit faster because I feel like some people aren't going to be able to get to the bridge, and you want to make sure that they hear that part of it so they can continue to stay engaged and hopefully listen to the whole song. I'm going to warn you guys, there's a lot of submissions this week, but I'm just going to keep pushing. We have Behind the Mask by, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly, Deprogram Matrix. It looks hard to say, but it's not. Okay. This is straight metal. The animation and the visuals dope. I'm pretty sure that I've seen the short animated film that you guys used for it, but I liked it matched up with what you guys were talking about so perfectly that I see why and where you guys fit it in. I would like to know about your communication with the illustrator of it and see how that went down. But yeah, I loved it. in terms the way that this music video went is it was like transitioned from this clips of the short animated film to like actual visuals of the person who is doing the vocals on this. It's very gritty, and it could be a stylistic choice because of the subject matter, because of the genre. But I would use a higher quality camera and then use effects to give like that gritty television, radio, like kind of thing that is going on, but still making the quality as high as possible. I really enjoyed the message overall of it. I'm gonna put that out there overall. There's great variation and expression of lyrics through the production. So like everything, the sounds all meshed and matched well in each part of the song, like with what you were trying to convey, whether that be emotionally, lyrically, all that good stuff. I like the concept of using raw show footage, but it's a bit of a weird transition when we go from like this very introspective short film along with, you know, the cuts of just sheer going at the camera to you guys being on stage. It's a little bit incohesive. Like I said, I like the concept of it, but I think it could have been done better. And I'm gonna be real, it got weird when it got like anti-COVID masky for me personally. That's a personal opinion. But overall, I enjoyed the song and I enjoyed the visual that you guys did. Just a couple things that I would suggest. So next song that we have is Winter's Dark Moon from the Dark Moon Ensemble. This is a very floaty, elegant song, great for sync, specifically sci-fi, romantic stuff, documentary style stuff. And it's not for average listeners. This is a 10-minute long song it's completely instrumental. So for me, that kind of screams like I made this for sync. But yeah, each instrument in the song plays a perfect part in creating the sonic scene that you guys did. It's a very what I interpreted from it is like a calm, longing emotion, which I really appreciated how you guys executed it. But please input your guys' socials to DSPs. I cannot find you. I can't tag you below. And nobody that I'm sending your way or that's just listening on your DSPs can follow up with you on social media, your website, or any of that kind of stuff. So please make sure if you do by chance see this, I think you are a submission from LinkedIn. Please, 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 please do that. Next song that we have is my favorite of the week. I'm just going to say it. It's called Groovy Loft by Tiger by Groovy Loft. This is an electronic pop house beat. It's giving Chic. Like it turned on and I heard your voice and it was like, oh, I'm on a catwalk right now. I loved it. And it's really cool because it was the beginning of it until you got into that chorus. Was like very spoken word-esque and just storytelling. And the way that you did it in conjunction with the production that you had was just like, I loved it so much. Another thing, please put your socials on DSPs. I want to follow you on Instagram. I was able to find you, but you want to be able to streamline those things. So please, please, please make sure that you have your everything linked across everything. Next song that we have is called Legends Never Die from Visions. This has a great visual. There's a couple mishaps within it, but overall the lyrics and the message are great. And the production is very simple, but it complements the lyrics in a great way. But I'm personally just looking for a little bit of more variation and build up at different points, just so that your audience doesn't get bored. And different, switch ups in terms of your flow and things will also help with this variation. Next song that we have is called Riding by Ace Banks. This is a drill-inspired song. You're missing a couple of pockets, so that's like something that has to do with timing. But overall, the melodies are great. Song is just a little bit repetitive. So my biggest thing to you is just make sure that you're on it with your timing. If you need to make sure that you have a metronome on when you're recording, that's a good solution. And in terms of repetitiveness, keep the repetitive stuff in the chorus and try to make sure that your lyricism and your melodies throughout your verses and your bridges are switching things up so that you're just making sure that you're making as engaging music as possible. Next song that we have is called The Statement by Nazir. I'm like obsessed with the cover art. I love the cover art. It's a hip hop song. The production is very cinematic, which I heavily appreciate. Props to whoever did it, whether that's you or you have a trusted producer. I love the cadence in your voice, and this song is giving like bars on bars on bars. I loved it. You have a topic YouTube account, so what that usually means is that your song was distributed through an aggregator to YouTube. Please get access to it so that you can edit the account. Whether you're taking topic out of the channel name, but specifically so that you can actually go in and make real descriptions for your music, and also so that you can make sure that you're linking everything on your about section of your channel, or stop releasing music on YouTube through your aggregator. Do it manually so that you have total control over all that stuff. The next song, I was very surprised that this was submitted to me. I don't know if it was submitted by somebody's team or what, or someone just felt like having me talk about this, but we have a song from Brian McKnight Jr., which is pretty cool, called Feels Like Home. This is, not to say it any kind of way, but this is one of his like lowest stream songs as of recently. But it's smooth R&B. There's great songwriting in it, great variation, clear sound, great voice. Not much to say. I don't want to give somebody who, no offense, but I don't want to give somebody who already like has a pretty steady career going more time than they need. Overall, the song is great. Go listen to it if you want to. The next song that we have is called Dysfunctopia from Ones versus Zero. This is like a metal EDM big band mix, which is pretty cool. I enjoyed it personally. It's very different and very engaging because of how different it is. And this song is great for sync, especially in